Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another patch notes preview. This time, Heroes of the Storm PTR, the patch test region, has gone live on the test server, and generally we will see that it goes live on the main server, the live server, a week later. So mark it in your calendar, March 19th plus 7, 26, that's correct. But it will be the 27th that it will go live, as Tuesdays are traditional for that. So March 27th is when you can play Fenix and all the other changes that are going to be coming out. And March 28th is when it will go live in Europe, somewhere in the wee hours of the early morning. So let's see what's new, shall we? Remember that if you like this video, leave a comment down in the section below, like and subscribe. It really helps. I do appreciate it. And for now, let's jump right to it. So one of the first things that we can see is StarCraft 20th anniversary. You can see some of these cool radical portraits that were on that original StarCraft 1 box when it came out. And they used to sell these boxes with 3 different iterations. I got the one with the Zerg face on it, but they're all pretty darn cool. No, I got the one with the Protoss face on it. I wanted the Zerg. They were sold out, the other two. StarCraft 1. Cool, so you can get these portraits just by logging in at any time during this phase. Cool, easy enough, said and done, right? Moving on, new hero, Fenix. Alright, calm down there for a second. New hero, Fenix. I'm sure that you're going to want to see more about him, and just reading about him is not going to do justice. So let's watch together the hero spotlight of Fenix. Executors, are you ready? Let's go!
One of the most celebrated heroes in Protoss history, Fenix made his last stand valiantly defending Aiur as the Zerg invaded and overwhelmed him. His body was later recovered and implanted in the shell of a Dragoon so he could continue to fight and earn glory in battle. And now, with a new horizon, his pursuit for glory continues in the Nexus.
I have returned.
Fenix is a ranged assassin who excels at bullying enemies with sustained damage. Fenix's trait, Shield Capacitor, passively grants him permanent shields on top of his health. Damage taken by Fenix is applied to the shields first. If Fenix has not taken damage for a few seconds, his shields begin to regenerate. Plasma Cutter is Fenix's first basic ability. A laser beam circles around him, starting at your mouse cursor. Enemies hit by the laser are damaged and slowed, and Fenix can move while the laser is spinning to aim it. Fenix has 2 auto-attack modes, Repeater Cannon and Phase Bomb. Repeater Cannon increases his attack speed, while Phase Bomb increases his range and adds area damage to his auto-attacks. Swapping between these 2 modes at the right time is key to playing Fenix effectively. Warp provides Fenix with a powerful mobility tool. After a short channel, Fenix teleports to a nearby target location. Enemies can't see where Fenix's warp will place him, allowing you to fake out the enemy team. Warp can be interrupted during its channel, so be cautious when using it. Purification Salvo is Fenix's first heroic ability. When activated, Fenix emits a scanner sweep in a wide arc in front of him, locking onto all enemy heroes the scanner hits. After a brief pause, Fenix launches a barrage of 5 missiles to each of the locked targets, dealing bonus damage to all targets who are slowed. Planet Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Fenix locks himself in place and fires a huge, powerful laser beam with unlimited range in the target direction, damaging all non-structure enemies caught in its path. He cannot move or change directions while the beam is active, but he can cancel it early. Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Planet Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Planet Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Fenix locks himself in. Cracker offers a more immediate method of Phoenix lock. Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Phoenix locks himself in place and fires a huge, powerful laser. Planet Cracker offers a more immediate method of dealing massive damage. Phoenix locks himself in place and fires a huge, powerful laser beam with unlimited range in the target direction, damaging all non-structure enemies caught in its path. He cannot move or change directions while the beam is active, but he can cancel it early in an emergency. Fenix is all about dealing sustained damage from a safe distance. Keep the pressure on your enemies with basic attacks and Plasma Cutter, swap weapon modes to adapt to the situation, and warp out when things get dangerous so your shields have time to recharge. Phoenix excels at kiting melee heroes who are soloing a lane, like Malthael or Sonya, forcing them to either chase or retreat. Both of Phoenix's heroic abilities benefit greatly from crowd control, making him a powerful partner to heroes like Arthas and Chen. When playing against Phoenix, give him a taste of his own medicine by dealing sustained damage so his shields don't have time to regenerate. Heroes like Vala and Tracer are particularly good at staying in range and constantly attacking him. Phoenix has several talents that support his playstyle as a steadfast auto-attacker. At level 1, Mobile Offense boosts the damage of Phoenix's next auto attack against heroes after moving, rewarding well-executed stutter stepping. Emergency Protocol at level 4 increases Phoenix's movement speed while his shields are down, giving him a chance to escape if Warp is on cooldown. It also pairs well with Divert Power Weapons at level 7, which consumes all of Phoenix's shields in exchange for increased damage. Brave and resilient, Phoenix is a walking Protoss arsenal who can, as the Terrans say, throw down with the best of them. Make sure to leave us a comment and subscribe to Heroes of the Storm around the web, and we'll see you in the Nexus.
I live to fight again.
Wait, how much damage did the Planet Cracker do? Ah, massive damage. All right, let's go on and see what else the patch notes has in store for us. Phoenix, as one of the greatest heroes in Protoss history, Phoenix's deeds on the battlefield are legendary. After falling to the Zerg during the invasion of Ayur, his body was recovered and implanted into a Dragoon so he could continue to fight. Not even death can stop Phoenix from achieving glory and valor. Phoenix has a permanent 800 shield, which regenerates at 80 per second after not taking damage for 5 seconds. And so in 15 seconds you have a full shield if you come from 0. Plasma Cutter. Create a laser beam at the target point. 150 damage. Well, we'll go a little bit more into him in the try mode, okay? So far the spotlight has given us a pretty decent idea of what he's all about. Just little tidbits here, like that you need to channel for 1.5 seconds for the purification salvo, and this gives you the lock-in. And Planet Cracker is a ½ second channel and then a massive beam. Reminds me a little bit of Artanis' laser. Very big damage if you get the full brand, but not enough if they move potentially, but it could be really good. Heroes will no longer leave behind a ghost that fades away after casting Hearthstone. Oh, okay, that's like maybe clarity, maybe people assumed someone was still there for a little bit. You know what else could be changed with the art? When someone takes a big chunk of damage, their health bar bounces to their new total. It's like a fade. For example, if you're 90% life and you take a pulse bomb, it'll show like an accordion. but it removes clarity what someone's new health total is going to be. I noticed that just now when I was casting Open Division. Visually it looks appealing, but it's not very clear for the visuals how much HP someone actually has after amount of damage. So I do think that that they should change that. Feel free to use that and pass it on to them. Party frames. Muting another player's pings will now also mute any death timer pings that player issues by alt-clicking party frames. Oh, okay. And while in an undying form, Leoric's party frame health bar will display how much time remains. Oh, good stuff. Icons have replaced the column headers on the in-game score screen. Icons have replaced the column headers on the... Hover the mouse cursor over the icons for a brief description of each column. Oh. So they no longer say takedown, kill, and death, but instead icons. Hero and player name plates that appear beneath hero portraits have swapped position. Hero and player nameplates that appear... Oh. Okay. Fine. Yeah. It was players in the upper nameplate. Okay. Allied hero names are now visible to teammates. Allied hero names are now visible to teammates before they lock in. Right, yeah, I remember that. That was the way to see if someone locked in. Is if you could see their hero name or not. The opposing team's hero names will not appear until those players lock in their picks. What? The opposing team's hero names will not appear until the player locks in their picks? Okay. Isn't that always the case? Spectators cannot see hero names for either team until each player locks in their pick. Oh, so you can't see hovering anymore. The opposing teams... That was actually kind of interesting as a caster to talk about the doubt, the hesitation, and the info in hovering. That's too bad. The opposing team's player names are no longer visible during a draft. Oh. Yeah, I heard about this mid-cast. Spectators cannot see player names for either team until... Okay. This has a number of effects. Can I give you my pros and cons for it? Advantages. The anonymity leads you to be able to pick whatever hero without the bias against you, your player name. And so if you want to one trick, that's going to be more easy than before. You can't tilt from enemy player names. It cannot influence you. When you're in a Hero League game that you see, oh, I'm against XYZ, 4 pro players, I only have 1 pro player on my team. So it makes it more inwards oriented, I suppose. I don't know much other advantages. Maybe the chat can help me a little bit with it. But I know a number of disadvantages. There is a disconnect now between casual play and pro play, because in pro play you know who you're up against and you can accommodate towards it. If you know you're against a Nunia and you know he's very good with Tracer, you'll ban Tracer in pro play. In ladder you could do the same, but that is no longer possible. You still see allied hovers. Well, how does it help against stream snipers? You still see allied hovers. Allied hero names are visible to teammates before they lock in their picks. No one can stream snipe you if they don't know you're playing against you. Well, that's not true. This is a stream nerf, not a buff. Every time someone is queuing up to meet me, for instance, as soon as I find a game on stream and they found a game, they're almost sure that they're against me. Right? And they will just check, is it the same map, yes or no? And is it the same pick speed, yes or no? As soon as that's confirmed, they know they're in a game with me. And before, at least I could see I'm against Nunia, Quacknix, and Smex, and I could counter draft that. But now I know nothing of the sort, but they know everything of my team because they can see it on my screen. So I have less info, they have the same info as before. And so my entire team's draft is being picked apart by the opponent, as it always is if there are stream snipers. And I'm not complaining for my side here, because I, as a streamer, take responsibility by putting my game view on stream. I take the responsibility that opponents are going to be able to stream snipe it. Even if it's morally not that cool, I suppose, to stream snipe me, I know it happens very frequently and I rarely complain about it. And I fully accept it. It's my responsibility. Unfortunately, my teammates do not make the same choice, so I do always disadvantage. Any streamer disadvantages their teammate with the info that they're giving during the draft in the game. But I have trouble, of course, feeling sorry for that because it's literally my livelihood. And so, you know, there's pros and cons to it for me and for my teammates as well. Now, you could say you could cover the draft and kind of counteract that, or you could do a stream delay. If you've ever put yourself in this place of a streamer, or you've ever been a streamer, you will know that these two moves remove the feeling of life, the interactivity, and the fun, and the interactivity of the stream with their chat. And so, yeah, I can add a 5-minute delay, I can stop commentating, I can shrink my screen size to the size of an ant, and it can be a stream for ants. But it doesn't make sense. Every info that I take away, whether it's my draft screen or the game itself, directly lowers the quality of the stream. And so there are many people that'll be like, oh yeah, just cover the draft. It doesn't work. And it's difficult to explain if you don't already get it. Anyway, I'll never make that decision, I think. So what this does, people will still easily know if they're in a game with me. But they get all the info and I get no more info about them. And none of my teammates get any info about the opponent. So this is a nerf to stream. Very much, this one. And I personally will not enjoy it. And I think streaming is a big part of the lifeblood of a game. And I hope that the team will reverse this. I don't see much advantages and I see many disadvantages. Two additional target dummies have been added to try mode to assist in testing abilities and talents that can hit multiple targets. Asmo Dunk, Heroes Brawl. Oh yeah. Design. Okay, armor will now mitigate bonus damage dealt to shields by effects like Varian Shattering Throw and Kel'Thuzad Strip Shields. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. That's a good change. Probably should have always been that way. And for those people on Twitch that are discussing the issue with me right now, I can't respond now. I'm still making a YouTube cut. But we'll talk later. So save your arguments. Unless you want to talk with each other, then feel free. 3 changes. Tracer, Varian, and Lily. So Tracer, I've been saying for a long time, kind of broken. Kind of not fun to play against. So I'm glad that she's getting changes. But let's see what she gets. I've said that she needs to have less burst damage on Quantum Spike, going from 10 to 8%. And that was the main one for me. For the rest, I didn't say much about it. Maybe the amounts of blinks or whatever, but mostly that one. So let's see what they've done. So she gets a big health increase with the coupled regen and more auto attack damage as well. So that's a good start. Kappa. But also blink cooldown increase from 6 to 8, and she has 3 blinks or 4. Melee damage goes down, so that's a little bit less burst, a little bit less wave clear at level 13. Recall used to be like 20, then 26, now it's 30. That's okay, that's nice. A little bit less often has the... I also said that you need to be able to see pulse rounds charge rate for the opponent, and I really do think that's still a very important change. Diva's explosion is fully visible to the opponent when it becomes available, and I feel like Tracer falls in that category. If not for consistency, then for gameplay. I think it's good gameplay that you can know when she has Pulse Bomb available. Pulse Bomb damage down 60? It's down 60. Okay, how much percentage is that? About, what, 15% or so? Secondary damage, okay. Same, about 15% damage down. But the scaling goes up. So I don't know where's the break-even point, whether that's at level 10 or 20 or 30, I don't know. But the scaling will get slightly better. It just makes it significantly weaker early game in particular. Bullet time cooldown reduction increased. The cooldown reduction increased. So this is when you get auto attacks off and you're effective with getting auto attacks off. And above level 20. Oh, okay. Really? Anyway. More cooldown reduction to compensate for this a little bit. And then Jumper. Now also increases Blink's cooldown by 2 seconds. So this one you get a 4th Blink. But now it also increases the Blink cooldown. So it'll be 10. You have more Blinks, but it doesn't regenerate as fast. That's a pretty good change. And then Quantum Spike goes from 10 to 8. Yes! We've done it! That's good. That's good. Okay, so better at sustained damage, worse at burst, worse at mobility, and worse at burst. That's good. She will still be annoying, and I think she will still be good. But that's a pretty big deal. I'm glad. I'm glad. It might be fun to play again against Tracer. Yeah, she was like permanent ban for me in Hero League, and if she went through Hero League, I simply could not have fun in the game. Good stuff. Okay, Varian, big changes. Huge health decrease. Wow. Better health scaling. Huge basic attack damage decrease, but better scaling. Okay. Even more damage decrease on his straight strike. Better scaling. Lion's Fang now also heals. So some self-sustain on his base kit. Fewer parries that cost more mana. And Overpower was his main level 1 talent. Got increased on its damage. Oh. Level 4. Oh, level 4 he gets his heroics. Taunt, Colossal Smash and Twin Blades. Armor reduction. 20 vulnerability instead of 25. For the rest they are unchanged. But why the big health nerf if he still has taunt? Like by level 10 he'll be far weaker than he was, no? Or is there something I don't get? Much less health, but he gets taunt at 4. But by the time level 10 comes around, he's still worse, no? Despite the scaling. Anyway. Lionheart increases Lion Fang's healing. Scaling. Yeah, I know scaling is higher, but... Taunt gives health boost. Yes, health boost and armor. But it would give health boost at 10 too, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he gets a bit of self-sustain, but I think this makes him a lot worse. Like, these are really huge baseline nerfs that I don't think getting your heroic quicker, at least for now. I haven't read the rest yet. Yeah, he can get some healing from Q, but I don't know. It's not like he was any good in his current form, so any nerfs have to be looked at fairly critically. Even though this is a buff, but it's only a temporary buff, you see. By the time you reach level 10. Anyway, let's go on. Increase Lion Fang healing for damage dealt to heroes by 50%. Healing for damage dealt. Oh, even more. Victory Rush. Less healing. Proccing more often. But less reliance on minion death reduction. Okay. No more live by the sword. Wait. So he only has 2 level 7 choices. Let me look him up. Oh, they added... Wait. Oh, this is new. This is new. Never mind. Yeah, of course this is new. Alright, he has still got 3 choices. Level 10 shield wall. Now also reduces parry's cooldown. By 5 seconds, I guess they mean. But removes 1 charge. Oh, wow, okay. So you have 2 charges at 10 seconds normally. And this will make it so that you have 1 charge at 5 seconds. So you can't double lock them in, double the protected. Oh, that's a really smart change, I think. I really like that in general. Even if they hadn't changed anything else, you can no longer back-to-back double your 2 baseline protected status. So how long does protected last, or parry? 1 second and a quarter. So you can have 1 second and a quarter protected, and then 375 later you have another parry, and 375 later. So it's a bit more like the old Medivh Force of Will. That's a good change, irrespective of everything else. Irrespective. So, Warbringer, move from level 4, now also allows Varian to charge to allied heroes. Aha! That's good. So you have a 12-second charge that deals damage and a slow. And then at level 10, you can also charge on allies. But what it doesn't say is that you don't do any damage to them, you don't slow them. There's no such thing as irregardless. Yeah, I knew one of them was like a horrible English mistake that's gonna shame me for all time to come. Do you damage and slow them as well? Probably not. Okay, interesting. Demoralizing Shout. Damage reduction is now 40% instead of 25%. That's a good change. It was weak. Alright. We're making a simple change to Varian by moving his heroics to 4. But it has a large impact on the way he feels during a game. By allowing Varian to get his heroic earlier, he can fulfill the roles team needs before one team develops a significant lead over the other. This increase in Varian's early game power justifies reducing some of the overwhelming power that he gains after 10 and creates a more even experience for Varian. Okay, so they're saying that not having to wait 9 levels, instead having to wait only 3, made Varian feel overpowered in their internal testing. I don't know. I didn't think so, but then mine is based on nothing except gut feeling and instinct. I think he's weaker, but I should keep an open mind and try him out and see, because it could totally be true. Maybe he will be strong, and I'm not gonna say it's one way or another. I just have premonitions, that's all, but maybe he will be a lot better this way. Now, besides his numbers, I think this is a really good change. It was silly waiting 9 levels until you became a hero, and now you have to wait only 3. Good stuff. Good change. Numbers can be fixed later. Moving on to Lily. Wind Serpent, new functionality. So this was a really weak talent that really squeezed you dry of mana. Out of mana in seconds. Now Cloud Serpent's cooldown will be reduced by 2 seconds. Baseline. And casting Cloud Serpent also launches a blinding wind at an enemy near the target. Weird. Okay. So she becomes blinder extraordinaire. And then a random 5% nerfs to hindering winds. Wait, isn't this E? Isn't that E? They say W. I don't know where that comes from. It's like, really, the issue in the Nexus right now is Lily's level 4 slow strength. Hindering winds. Wasn't it already 25? I feel like it already was 25. Am I wrong? It's so weird to take 5% away. What's the problem with Lily? Let me try to find Lily and see what it actually is. Oh yeah, it's 30%. Okay. And apparently that was an issue. I don't know. You never see Lily at pro play or amateur play, like open division, and you rarely see her on Hero League at Masters. But this is a talented Blinding Wind, so I can see how they thought that this one made the synergy just too good. There's some new bundles coming in. Anniversary. Anniversary. They're nice to the Spanish viewers. New announcers. Fenix. Yes! Adjutant and Myra Han. Wow. New announcers are my favorite items. Let's have a listen.
Alert. Battleground initialization in progress. Combat. Let the battle begin. Enemy defeated. Hero of the storm. Victory.
It's good. Is this Laura Bailey? It sounds like Laura Bailey. It's a little bit generic, but I think that's okay. Not each one needs to be super, super, super special. I think it's pretty dope. It sounds like Laura Bailey. The inflection of Victory sounds like the Jaina Vala actress.
Alert. Hero of
Listen.
the storm. Victory.
That sounds like Laura Bailey. It's not? I think Laura Bailey voiced everything. I think this one is Laura Bailey too.
All right, you lightweights, let the battle begin!
That's Laura Bailey.
Combat imminent.
Laura Bailey.
Preparation advised.
Anyway, moving on. Phoenix announcer.
Prepare yourselves for glorious combat. Let the battle begin. Hero slain. Hero of the storm. Victory.
Not a fan.
Allied forces, prepare for battle.
Allied horses?
Let the Allied forces,
Ah.
prepare for battle.
Allied forces.
Let the fun begin.
Huh? What accent is that?
Oh, good one. Hero of the storm.
The storm? She sounds Dutch.
Allied hero of the storm.
The storm. It's a bit weird.
Victory. Allied hero. Allied hero. Allied forces, let the fun. Allied. Allied. Oh, good one.
Not a fan of the new ones. I don't think they're. I mean, I'll like to get them,
Hero of the storm.
but the storm. I don't know. I'm not an audiophile, but I'm fairly. I guess I'm fairly critical of audio and anyway, I don't want to bust the hard work that they put into it, but I'm not feeling it. That's fine, right? It's just an opinion. Moving on. There's some new skins. This mount will replace the Celestial Raptor as a first-time gem purchase reward. Some cool stuff. We teamed up with Carbots to get some new Hero Storm themed portraits. Catch a preview in the latest in-dev blog. This one's cute. This one is so cute. This one too. Oh my god, they're all so cute, these emotes. This one and this one, amazing. Nice. Bug fixes. Fix the number of typo and tooltip errors. Rare issue that could prevent players from receiving loot chests on hero level up. Chromie AI no longer casts Sandblast on minions. Oh yeah, okay, that's all AI changes, that's fine. Loot chests, Battlefield of Eternity. Destroying healing fountain in the middle lane will no longer cause minimap icons for healing fountains in other lanes to disappear. Maybe they should just not make fountains destroyable by annoying ranged heroes, but anyway. Yes! I discovered that. Fix the issue that could cause heroes to bad. Okay. Alright. Did they fix global cast bug? Like Alarak telekinesis people behind enemy gates before the gates open. Ah, Blaze. This is a Blaze buff. I was wondering about that one. Wasn't working properly. Couldn't get 2 flame stream hits on an unignited oil spill. Shove can no longer be cast while Cho is being pulled by Stitch's hook. Oh wow. From Gaul. Fixed an issue that could cause enemy targeted abilities to hit Genji. Yes. You wouldn't want to have that. Oh wait, there's more. Rather than the intended target. Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw this on Reddit. I was just thinking that you could no longer hit Genji with skill shots. Oh. Fixed an issue that could cause rage to swipe area of effect and damage to become disjointed from grey mains. Okay. 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 Oh. I see. Yay. Oh. That's a buff. It didn't do that. Yeah, I heard about that recently. Can no longer cast Pulse Bomb while channeling to Tracer Nerf. The one we needed. Oh. You know what? I turned up my voice line so loud when I was playing Illidan with the Hunt and when I was playing against it, and I was hoping that there were some Blizzard devs maybe watching the stream and getting their ears tickled so that maybe they can speed up, because this has been a bug for like a year. I don't have eardrums any longer, but this can still save future generations. So good stuff. All right, that's today's preview actually of the patch. Hope you enjoyed it.